friends, it's Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. This is a house that I mentioned in my speed build yesterday that I was excited to share with you all, which is another house that's based off of a style of home I often see in real life. However, this one has a little bit more of a storyline to it because I did build this over on Twitch earlier in the week. And so this is for a family who was just a couple of Sims that unexpectedly had a child, so they had to make space for a baby to exist in this space, and I decorated a toddler room for that child. So you will see that come together. It's very small on the inside because this is one of those builds where I was very focused on what the exterior looked like, and I definitely thought it was a lot bigger than it was when I got to the inside. So you'll see me working on the exterior of the home for quite a long time, and when I got to the inside, boy, was it a struggle to figure out a floor plan. I will talk more about that later when we get to it, but I do overall really like how this home came out, so I hope you guys do like it as well. If you do and you would like to download it, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag Miss Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. This house does come in at 38,166 simoleons, so it's not too expensive. I think it's an attainable price, and that is for 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, and we're just working on the windows and stuff now. I also raised up the terrain over on one side of the build. I wanted it to look like there was a driveway over here, and I did some kind of funky stuff with windows that I didn't end up liking in the end, so I'm going to delete that, but the garage door ends up staying there, even though it's not technically a garage on the inside, because like I mentioned before, the inside of this house is incredibly small. You might notice that I end up using the same door on this house that I used in the other like simple family home I just posted. I was kind of going off the idea, since these were both based on homes I often see in real life. Like, I feel like I've seen both of these houses like dozens, maybe even hundreds of times in my life in the areas that I've been to. I just feel like they're a really common type of house in the northeastern section of the United States. So I feel like they could be in the same neighborhood. So I felt like having the same sort of doors would make sense. I think they also use the same counters in the kitchen, but often when there's a bunch of houses made in one neighborhood, they might have been made by the same builder and had very similar things selected for them. I do think they're still plenty different from each other, but they're both very small houses with the same front door and similar counters. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. It was something I noticed. I really love this front door from University though. It's a medium wall height door, but you can, make the wall height medium, put the door then there, and then put it back down to short wall height if you have move objects on, and it still works. It clips through the front or like the top floor a little bit, but it looks so nice. I love that door. So I had to use it here. As you can see though, we changed the colors on the outside drastically all of a sudden because I thought that these warmer colors looked a lot better, and I'm so happy I did that. I thought the house looked a little cold, and this just looks so friendly, and I haven't used this particular roof swatch very often, but it's one I really like. It's a color I struggle to find a use for. I feel like I'm not good at using certain colors in the game, and that's one of them. So this time when I was like, this looks cute, I decided to keep it because more often than not, this one was the opposite way. But a lot of times I'll pick that color at first and then I will switch out of it because I don't think it looks good. This time I switched into this color, so I was happy with it. There's a swing set out back here and just figuring out the backyard. I actually spent a lot of time on the backyard and I decorate it with lots of stuff for kids. I was kind of thinking the swing set was already there from whoever owned this home before, or the family could have bought it for when their kids grow up. That is a possibility as well, but there ends up being a bunch of activities out back for a toddler, which was so fun to do because I don't normally think about that. Plus the toddler's bedroom is on the main floor because there was not room for 2 bedrooms upstairs. I was thinking this is a 1-bedroom house, and when they found out they were having a kid, they had to figure out a space. So they end up having a small bedroom on the first floor, and you'll see that when we get to the inside, but we're still working on the outside for quite some time here. I definitely took my time with this one. I was just having a lot of fun trying to make this look as realistic as possible, and I did build this over on Twitch, and a lot of chat was like, yeah, I feel like I've seen this house before. I also got a couple of people saying this looked like a dollhouse of some sort, and I was just like, yeah, I love that. I love getting inspiration for The Sims actually from dollhouses or Lego builds, model homes, all that sort of stuff. I love gathering inspiration. If you ever have any like houses you're like, oh, this would be really cool to see in The Sims, I would love to see Tanya build this, you can either tweet it at me or you can join our Discord server. There's always a link in the chat below if you would like to, or not in the chat. Oh my gosh, this isn't Twitch. In the description down below, there is a link that you can click on to join my Discord server, and we have an inspiration and a suggestion channel if you'd like to ever suggest specific things, because I get a ton of inspiration from those areas. Anyway, we're out back now working on the backyard, and this is where we get a lot of toddler stuff. We have a sand pit. I end up putting a little slide into the sand pit and a couple of toys and stuff. We're going to be getting, I think, the little truck. I was thinking, you know, the truck could scoop up some sand, and then we ended up getting a water balloon bucket as well as a pail and shovel over in this sand pit. I love that they made the sand actually usable as a sand pit when Island Living came out. Your toddlers can like play around in it, which is so cute. So added that, and then I also got a kiddie pool back here as well, which I thought would be a lot of fun, and it just felt realistic to me. I had one as a kid. It wasn't square like that. It was that you probably have seen it a bunch of times on sale in like Walmart and things. It was a circle, and it was blue, hard plastic, and like had a hard plastic slide built into it. It was probably like $20. It was that's what I think of when I think of kiddie pools. We definitely had one of those in our backyard when I was a kid. But I got a barbecue out here as well as a picnic table and some planters. I just wanted to make sure there were a lot of activities out here, especially because the house is so small. Having like a nice outdoor space seemed like a good idea to me. And here's the beginning of the floor plan struggle. And I left a little bit of it in, but I cut out probably 20 minutes of footage of me just getting very frustrated live on stream, trying to figure out where to put a staircase, because I know I could have put a ladder, but that just doesn't seem realistic in this house. Like, I don't think many regular 2-story homes that look like this, like little suburban homes, have a ladder to get to the top floor, maybe to the attic, but not just to the second story of the home. So I was determined to get a staircase, and it took me a very, very long time, but I only kept a little bit of that footage in because otherwise it would have been like, here I'm struggling. Yeah, I still can't figure it out. Yeah, I wish I cut this out. That's what that's what that audio would have been like. But basically, when you walk in off to the side where the staircase is, that's going to be the kitchen, which I think worked out so nicely. I think it's super cute. And you're going to be walking directly into the living room space. And then over on the other side, that is going to be the dining room. And then that narrow room in the back is going to be the bedroom for the toddler. I was thinking probably that used to be a bigger dining room, or maybe the living room was over there and they built an extra wall there to separate that off into a smaller room so there could be a bedroom for the child. That was the concept, and I just threw a random bed in there so I could be like, that's what this is. I like to throw furniture down so I remember what rooms are which, so that's not like the counter set we're going to use in the kitchen. None of this furniture is what we're actually going to use. I just wanted to place it down so I could have an idea of what was going where. So yeah. Just getting some flooring and wallpaper throughout, and then I loved that I actually put the kitchen in this space. It worked nicely because I could tuck the fridge under the steps here, which I thought looked really cool, and then just getting some railing on those steps as well. I really wish that you could have only railings on one side of the stairs because it really bothers me that it clips through the wall. It doesn't bother me most of the time, but when there's a window there and you can see the railing clipping through the window, I'm just like, why? Why is it like this? But anyway, these are those counters I mentioned before. I'm pretty sure these are the same ones I used in the other house. I know they're the same counters, but I'm pretty sure they're the same swatch. But we're just getting our stove and our sink over here and some really pretty tiles. I almost never use these. I forget they exist. They're base game, I'm pretty sure. But I think they look really pretty in this space. And I end up getting some extra cabinetry over here. I just wanted it to look realistic, like there was a lot of storage. We got a little trash can off on the side. Something I often forget, to be honest. I don't think I added exterior trash can and mailbox until like the end of this build, if I'm remembering correctly, because I always forget something. But yeah, just getting some clutter in the kitchen, a little covering on the window there. And I'm trying to think what else I add in here. These little towels by the sink. I love doing that. It's realistic in like you would want a towel, but I feel like it's never actually hanging on the wall like that. But that's what we have in The Sims. Oh, also the perfect plant that I've mentioned too many times recently. It had to make its way into the kitchen. It might be present in one of the other rooms as well. I'm not sure. I actually built this house before I built the one that I shared the other day. So I think this one actually had a little bit of influence on that one, and that's why they're pretty similar. I mean, they have a very similar concept. It's just this one, I had to be like, okay, we have to squish this other room in here for this child, which I thought was really fun. And it gives you some ideas of how much space and how you could lay out an area if you're building, or if you're playing in the game and you have this house you really like and then your Sims have a kid. If you want to renovate in that way, I think it's a fun little thing to do in storyline and all of that. We have a hanging plant over there, my favorite little plant, and I should be getting a bookcase. One of the ones, well, this bookcase, but that's not the one I was talking about. I think I get one of the like stacks of book, or like, they're not stacks of books. The little book items that you can use as a bookcase. They're functional now ever since Tiny Living. I'm pretty sure I actually grabbed the one from Tiny Living and put it up on the mantle. But over here I just have a remote control, some toddler toys, and a tablet. And here are the books that I was talking about. I went to go mention these, and then I put down a different bookcase. And I was like, oh yeah, I put a full-size bookcase in this room as well. Cool. Anyway, this is the dining space. It does fit this table pretty snugly in here, which was nice because I was imagining originally, we'd have all of this space for a dining room or a living room, but I had to fit another bedroom in over there. So I cut that in half, and I think that's pretty realistic. I've definitely seen lots of situations with having to like section off a different part of your house to make an additional bedroom, and I think this is a realistic place that could have happened. So that's what I ended up doing here, and I love how the toddler's room came out. Of course, I had to use my favorite toddler bed in the game, which is from Ego Lifestyle. It's just so beautiful, and I hope we get more toddler beds in the future, some really nice ones, because it's been a while. We need some more, and honestly, some baby bassinets and stuff too. I don't know if we're ever going to get updated babies or anything like that, but like, I hope we do. But if we don't, can we at least get like a variety of new baby stuff? Can we get a baby kit? Like a nursery kit? I would really enjoy that. Since The Sims seems to be really enjoying putting out kits right now. Can we get that? There's a bunch of different things that were like, if we're going this route and this is all we're getting, can you give me this theme, please? And I feel like a nursery one would be nice. Anyway, over here I just put a chair in the corner. I like to do that to fill in space, and I feel like everyone could benefit from having a chair in their bedroom as a catch-all for all of your clothes. I know I have one of those. For a really long time I didn't, and then I bought one, and it's been so handy. It looks very messy, but it's come in handy. I quite enjoy the chair to throw things on. But that's pretty much it for that room, and we're heading on into the bathroom here. We have a shower tub combo because you have a toddler you need to bathe, and I just think they're more realistic to have, so that is what I included up there. The bathroom isn't all too exciting. It's pretty much how all of my bathrooms look, so not much to say there. But that's the end of the video, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. That really does help me out. You can also subscribe if you have not already, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thanks for watching, enjoy the screenshots, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.